Good afternoon, Unity of Mesa, and welcome on this beautiful, beautiful Earth Day. And it's so nice to be able to do this from this beautiful place where we live, where the desert seems to bloom in ways that are miraculous. So welcome to joining me this morning as I kind of have some little ramblings this morning. First, I really want to invite you to join myself and Reverend Kathy this Sunday, along with Karen Drucker as our amazing musician, as we dive into our next series. And since the beginning of the year, we've been leading you on a journey, whether you know it or not. This was a journey that we planned way back last fall with no idea of how important these teachings would become this spring. But we started out the year with our 4 agreements, and it was the agreements we make with ourselves, how we want to live. And then we moved to the eye of the storm. And if you have these agreements, can you not get tied up in the chaos of the world? Can you stand in the center of it with your agreements? And then from there, we're moving into looking at this amazing book called The Most Important Thing, Discovering Truth at the Heart of Life. And it's by Adyashanti, one of my favorite authors. And we look at then, when we move from staying in the center of the storm to what is the foundation that we are standing on in the center of that storm? What is the most important thing? Because that guides us in everything we do. And now that we are in a storm, definitely I would say we're in a storm, we're trying to figure out how to stay in the eye of that storm. And what is it? What is it that we are standing on? What is our foundation for each one of us? And it's what is the most important thing? Because when we can determine what it is as the most important thing for us, we can move forward. So this book is going to give us the tools, some tools to help us figure that out, to answer the big questions. And this week we are actually starting at looking at what are the thoughts behind what we believe is the big question. So we get to play with those tools, we get to experience things, and I invite you between now and then to think about what is the story you are writing, the story that you are writing about this time, these moments that we are living in today in this world. Are you the observer of in the story? Are you the narrator in the story? Are you the main character? Are you the rescuer? Are you the isolationist? Are you the one who just wants to be out there helping everybody? Are you the one who's willing to ask for help if you need it? What is your place in the story? And if you haven't thought about your story, think about your story. And maybe even if you're not a writer, maybe you can draw it. Maybe you can paint it. Maybe you can create music about it. Maybe you can even film it. If you've got a smartphone, you can film anything we have recently learned in this ministry. So I invite you to play with that. And then go back before Sunday morning and look at what was my story on Wednesday? What was my story on Earth Day? What is it that started to show up as important to me? What are the tools I have to dig deeper? And we'll talk a little bit more about the questions and the thoughts behind the questions on Sunday with Kathy, Karen, Drucker, and myself. Have a blessed Earth Day and the rest of your week. Please let us know if you need anything. Namaste, everyone.